my girl Kamala Harris held a town hall talking about she still supports the idea of slavery reparations. Well, damn, girl, me too.
When it comes to the charges against you, I'll say the same thing I always said at your parties. I will help hit you off.
For a video on some really wild jokes, these were just a tip of what you get when you have the Che and Colin combo. Besides that, there are some popular Jimmy Carr roasts like this.
What do I think about Andrew Tate? Well, I think he's a John Mulaney. You know John Mulaney, amazing American comic? He made an observation about 5 years ago. I mean, he's a brilliant comic mind. But he made an observation. He said, Donald Trump is a poor person's idea of what a rich person is, right? That's exactly it, right? Andrew Tate, to me, is a 14-year-old's idea of what a man looks like.
There are jokes, and there are these ones. These aren't regular jokes. They're darker than a black hole and sharper than that one auntie's tongue at family meetings. Some of these would have you stuck between laughter and horror. Well, this one is about American politics. We'll watch it before you get pissed.
At a rally, Donald Trump called Kamala Harris, quote, a mentally disabled person. Just straight up. Which is amazing. I cannot believe that Trump admitted he lost the debate to a mentally disabled person.
But that was just the beginning. This one is much wilder, and don't bother, it is about none of your favorites.
Speaking of kids, wait, new data shows that middle school students have only made up a third of the math skills they lost during the pandemic. Their math was so bad they didn't get it when I texted them, you plus me equals 69.
And not only Che has jokes on this one with Jimmy Fallon, even the comedian, Collins, has his lines in it. And trust he came in with something wild.
Beep, beep, beep. Said Colin, please don't tell Scarlett you saw me here.
However, since Africans are often at the receiving end of Che's banters this time, the table must have turned around, well, just a bit. A black man might love this one. See for yourself.
Morocco beat Portugal in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. It is, it's the best World Cup performance by a team of Africans since the unpaid workers who built the stadiums.
But this one is very much on a lighter note. At least we have one save of two.
A California hiker who was attacked by a mountain lion said that her dog saved her life by jumping to her defense, because after the dog, the mountain lion was way too full to eat anything else.
But for this, even an apology won't be enough. Sure stuff, the big people in the audience are not forgiving him for this.
I don't want any fat people to feel uncomfortable at one of my gigs, so next time buy 2 seats. I'm joking, I'm joking, shut up.
Well, this is crazier, as it was a wider fan base banter, but even the fans cooked themselves by doing this.
As this year's awards season gets underway, there's growing movement to get rid of the gendered categories of Best Actor and Best Actress, and instead call them Best Actor and Best Actor who got paid less.
But for an actually dark joke, this one deserves 2 medals. One for being so dark, and the other should, in case it loses the first.
Why did the little girl's ice cream melt? She was on fire.
Oh, how do you talk of dark jokes without mentioning the absolutely dead ones? But if you find this funny, no issues. I'm not trying to judge. You might just need to wash up on that humor at this point.
What did the sushi say to the bee?
What?
Wasabi!
If you're black, the odds are in your favor this time. No shades, no personal feelings.
The World Health Organization is changing the name of monkeypox to Mpox due to concerns that the original could be considered racist, which I didn't even really think was an issue, but now I'm just wondering, what's the N in N95?
But on this one, if you're black, you probably don't even want to watch it, except you can handle a bit of racist humor.
Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. And a black Superman actually makes a lot of sense when you remember that Superman was abandoned by his parents as a baby.
This guy just won't quit. He's on a mission to turn every moment into a roast battle. What's the offense? Honestly, we're still figuring it out, but the dedication? Legendary.
An obese monkey in Thailand named Godzilla has been sent to a special facility to lose weight. Officials realized the monkey was overweight when a bunch of black guys kept hitting on it.
If dinner isn't ready early enough, trust me, you'll want to know why. And once you do, you might just relocate faster than you can say takeout.
After this year's election, a record-setting 12 states will have female governors, while the other 38 states will have dinner ready on time.
But for how much longer will there be dinner? Because you've got to trust Collins with some new science knowledge for you.
Well, guys, hi. This was pretty crazy, but look, it's not the end of the world, okay? Because this is the end of the world. That's right, scientists basically published an obituary for the Earth this week, and people were like, yeah, but like, what does Taylor Swift think about it?
One-liners earn my respect. Even if you're down with depression and anxiety, that one line is going to brighten your day and put a smile upon your face. It might put some stress in your mind too, but whatever.
Truth of the matter is, I have insomnia, but the good news is I'm seeing a specialist in 3 weeks' time, which is very exciting. Only 2 more sleeps.
That's not even all. If you didn't find that funny, then the next one might crack you up. Trust me.
With so many people accusing me of stealing their air mattress, I think it's time for me to lie low.
It even gets more intense with one-liner jokes that leave fans wondering and asking, how do you come up with these lines? Perhaps only he can answer that.
Today, a guy tried to sell me bondage clothing for 500 pounds. I said, 500 pounds? Is there any wiggle room? He said, not if you put it on right. That, my friends, was a bondage gag. It was bound to happen.
Have you been able to answer the question, or you're also swimming in the pool of amusement and adoration and can't stop loving him? Let's see one more of this then.
There's some sick people in this world. Someone recently broke into my 97-year-old grandmother's flat and stole her limbo dancing trophy. How low can you get?
The jokes aren't over yet. Stay with me and laugh away your sorrows.
They piled us onto these unair-conditioned trains like sardines. I've never felt so cramped up in my life, like so uncomfortable. I've never felt this uncomfortable in my entire life. At one end of the train, there's Brazilian fans chanting, just ya-da-da-da-da-da. At the other end of the train, there's Australian fans trying to chant back, but it's really like our first World Cup. So there's just like one bloke going, Ronaldo's got big teeth, right?
Once again, if you're offended by some religious banter, you might want to drink some water or stay away from this one.
The Catholic Church, they got a great thing at the minute. They say they don't want sex education in schools because it's like giving the kids pornography, as opposed to the traditional Catholic method of educating them, of actually them.
If you like Jimmy Carr, then you might want to invite friends to see just why he's the king of dark comedy.
The statement I want you to argue is this: a threesome is better in the imagination than in real life.
Is it though? I might come into the forefront and argue this because I'm getting slightly put off. Good. Right, not all the weird sexual stuff you hear about is as good as it's cracked up to be. I mean, you can tell me how great auto-asphyxiation is until you're blue in the face.
Well, the roasting isn't over and you might want to sit tight while letting Jimmy cook. I hope your blonde friend does not get offended by what's to come next.
Where are my manners? Let me just explain that to the blondes. What they do is they choke people and then they would turn blue. So until you're blue in the face is a phrase that people use, so it's sort of like a joke. Let's move on. I think before I have sex with 2 women, I'm going to, want to experiment a little bit. I want to dip my toe in the water and have sex with 1 girl.
Now make sure the bowls of popcorn are still stocked, and even if they aren't, then get a refill, because trust me, this is interesting.
You all know about a karaoke. When you're singing on a karaoke, you haven't got a clue that those were words. I was singing Take That Back for Good. Wash your back, wash your back, wash your back. Want your back? What's this? Want your back? I've been singing Wash Your Back 15 years.
Well, I lied. That was the last clip. Thank you for watching this video, and through these jokes, you should have learned why you don't make eye contact in an elevator.